Good morning, brothers. I am compelled to make this video para we can all have clarity on what transpired last week on our chat room, para we can all enjoy its company this coming June 19th sa PJB ride natin. I pray that God will give me wisdom and grace to make this video message to unite us rather than divide us, so I'm able to lead itong grupo natin in the way it's pleasing to God and fair for every members of PJB. I want to share a verse in the Bible about Joshua, about leaders ruled by example rather than command. In Joshua chapter 24, after leading his people into a new land, Joshua offers the Israelites an option to either A, serve the God who they have always served and the one who had brought them into the land, or B, serve the gods of surrounding lands. But as far for me and my house, Joshua says, we will service the Lord. The people answers in unison that they will pledge their allegiance to God because they believe in Joshua. They believe in Joshua's leadership. They follow Joshua's example. Brothers, as the leader of this group, I am bound to serve and inspire each and every members of PJB. One of the most powerful image in life of Jesus I would like to share din sa inyo is when he washes his disciples' feet in John chapter 13. When he is finished, he says to them, you call me teacher and Lord, and you are right, for I am. If I then, the Lord and teacher, wash your feet, you also ought to wash one another's feet. Jesus, of course, isn't talking about feet. He's talking about servant leadership. Great leaders nagpo-focus sila on serving those who follow them. Also, a great example is Peter. Alam natin, kilala natin si Peter. Peter, the most well-known disciple of Jesus, denies even knowing him, di ba? 3 times while Jesus is being crucified. Jesus had predicted that he will do it, though Peter insisted na he would never deny Jesus, even to the death. When the rooster crows, alam natin lahat what Jesus would predict would happen. Yun na nga, Peter realized. When he had done, nung nalaman niya, he weeps bitterly. In Acts chapter 2, we see Peter giving the first sermon after Jesus' ascension into heaven to a crowd of thousands of people when he had previously denied Jesus in front of just a few days earlier. Leaders don't become discouraged. I don't become discouraged when I fail. I don't wallow in self-pity and give up due to lahat ng mishap natin. I pick up myself and continue to bring back lahat. Leaders do better next time. That's what I want to do. That's what I am trying to emulate here, brothers. For me to be a better person in spite of all our differences, I care and respect each and everyone's choices. And lahat ng opinions nyo, I respect all of those. there's no place for apathy in the life of leader, like where I am. I think leaders are all, I do care. I always care deeply about our group. Sometimes it can be tempting to pick up and choose what we follow. But God called Joshua and us, tayo, to be careful to do according to all the law, and not to turn from it to the right hand or to the left. It is in the nature of man to try and replace God's wisdom with our own wisdom. This thinking consistently leads to tragedy. In the Bible, in our modern world now, self-centered leaders don't care about the next generation. They just want to preserve their own power, I think. It's my opinion. For as long as they can. And the best servant leaders, however, consistently seek to multiply and train their replacements. That was my intent to my successor. Yun ang intent ko sana when I chose Ray to lead Adobo Bello SF. However, there is an interesting narrative that we see recurring through the Bible. When the prideful people attempt to take glory for themselves, it consistently ends in pain and suffering for them. Like, for example, yung Adam and Eve, a great example of this. They took from the tree seeking wisdom and glory for themselves, but it ended in tragedy, diba? We all know the story. The story repeats itself over and over throughout the Bible. Marami tayong nabasa doon. In the same way, we should not look to our own glory or fight for people to give us credit. Instead, we should give God the glory in all things, and then allow Him to exalt us. His judgment and exaltations means more than the opinion of every other human combined. And we can rest in His grace and love to lead us to ultimate glory that is to come. It can be tempting to think that we only need to honor our promises and covenants when the other people do the same. I believe yung great servants leader, however, maintain their integrity, even others do not. If someone else uses deception and you decide to do the same, you're actually following their example, diba? Instead of leading with your own. I guess I'm gonna give you guys another example here. There's no better example of this than Jesus Christ. He consistently demonstrated love and forgiveness to people, but He was rejected and alone during His crucifixion, diba? We all know that. We read the Bible or watched the movie. Despite everyone's turning away from Him, He chose to stay the course and accomplish His mission. Ano yung naging mission niya? His words on the cross in Luke chapter 23 verse 34 demonstrate His commitment to His people and His promises. Ano ba sinabi niya nung nasa crucified siya? He said, before He died, He said, Father, forgive them for they know not what they do, diba? Kahit na sometimes it is inconvenient for me, I still try to manage my integrity and keep my promises sa inyong lahat, brothers. even with others do not. Brothers, I hope we can all try to understand each other by the words of God and His work. Life is short to be consumed by hatred, despairs in your hearts, or confusion in your mind, to where it leads us to make bad decisions. I am doing my best, brothers, to lead by example to all of us in terms of how I run our group. I hope you can all respect that. I'm only human as of all of us. We are all bound to make mistakes, make bad decisions. But one thing we all have in common, what we have in common is we all have good hearts, good loving, forgiving hearts. If we just take time to listen and let go whatever is too confusing to you, to us, to everyone, try to understand and listen to God's teaching. Jesus said, "Love one another as I have loved you." Amen. Diba? Thank you, brothers, for all your time today. PJB or not, we are all brothers in God's eye. Maraming salamat. I love you all. And I'll see you guys in June 19. God bless.